Nothing reminds you of your teenage rebellion phase than going back and watching Supernatural. Or is that just us? Supernatural took the world by storm with the two brothers, Sam and Dean, fighting demons and other mythological creatures, all the while looking flawless while they did it. The series was so popular that it stayed on the air for 15 seasons. In today's video, we're going to take a look at why the show was such a fan favorite. First off, Supernatural aired for 15 seasons. Why were the Winchester brothers so successful for such a long time, given how their show Supernatural broke longevity norms for other shows on TV? Supernatural on the CW is a rare example in the TV business where most shows don't get renewed unless they're very popular. The first season of Eric Kripke's Supernatural aired on the WB in 2005. Since then, the show has been renewed for a total of 15 seasons over the next 14 years. Only reality shows, sitcoms, and talent shows have been known to go on for this long. When Supernatural ended in 2020, it was on Sam and Dean's terms. This show was otherwise steady and reliable. There were no last-minute cancellations, unwilling mini-episodes to tie up loopholes, or sloppy haste to get to the end. Even though most people didn't like how Supernatural ended, less than 2 years later a spin-off called The Winchesters was made, and there is still talks of a comeback. Supernatural still as popular as it was when it first came out, and it has become a staple of the fantasy genre. What's more, it gave rise to the Supernatural fandom. Since Supernatural has been on for a long time, it has gained a large number of fans. Even Jensen and Jared have said that their fans are great and extremely supportive of the cast and crew of the show, so it's not surprising that a lot of people think it's one of the best. The SPN fandom, or SPN family, as a whole has always been like a tight-knit community, even though there have been problems along the way. Even when it looked like everything was going wrong, Supernatural's loyal fans helped the show last longer than the Winchesters themselves. In a medium as crowded and competitive as television, where viewers' attention is constantly being pulled in more directions than Dean's body is during a session with Alistair, episode 16, season 4, On the Head of a Pin, the fact that Supernatural has been on the air for 15 seasons is truly amazing. Each season of the show is impressive in its own right. How has the Winchester Express been able to keep running while going through the tunnels, and why did so many people get on it? We now have some ideas, don't we? Let's look at the show's biggest weapon, Sam and Dean Winchester. Sam and Dean Winchester are, in the end, the best characters of the show. When Supernatural began in 2005, the idea of a paranormal monster of the week had been around for a while, so it wasn't anything new. The production quality of Supernatural was about the same as that of other shows, with similar themes, and the script didn't have much depth as Breaking Bad did. The Winchester brothers, on the other hand, were a highlight of Supernatural because the characters and actors just worked well together. On paper, the relationship between meat and potatoes Dean and vegan health-conscious younger brother Sam, whose mothers died and their father, angry at absence, had left them devastated, seemed like a good fit. Here is how Supernatural won the proverbial race. They cast Jensen Ackles to play Dean and Jared Padalecki to play Sam. Now for the insane chemistry between Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki. The main characters of Supernatural and the way they interact with each other is a big part of what makes the show so interesting. The relationship between Sam and Dean is what makes Supernatural interesting, and the fact that it has changed naturally over the show's 15 seasons shows that they are, in fact, brothers. It's clear that Ackles and Padalecki adapted very well to their roles as Sam and Dean. They kept finding new parts and quirks that made their relationship feel fresh and real. Sam and Dean's friendship had lasted for 15 years because it's just so natural. It's also due to the fact that both actors were dedicated to learning more about their fictional characters with each new season. Part of the reason why sitcoms and soap operas seem to be so popular is that they can show families that feel like extensions of the audience's own. When you watch the show often, it becomes a comforting habit that lasts even in an episode or season when it isn't very good. Supernatural was able to make the same feeling happen in the paranormal world. Since Buffy the Vampire Slayer, no other fantasy TV shows has made the characters and viewers feel so close to each other. Not to mention that they kept bringing in interesting characters. Yes, we all know that Sam and Dean didn't do everything on their own. They had help. Fans of Supernatural's Impala driving investigators may be very loyal, but they all seem to agree that the show's best season was season 5. They also agree that the later seasons aren't quite as good, even though it could be said that the Winchesters had run out of storylines and bad guys to fight. Supernatural had a special way of bringing in great supporting characters who worked well with Sam and Dean and became popular in their own right. This has helped the show last for a long time. Some people think Supernatural should have ended after season 5, but Castiel, Misha Collins, who became an important character in later seasons, didn't even join the cast until the year before. Crowley, who who was played by Mark Sheppard, didn't really get going until season 6. Charlie, Rowena, and Jack all made their first appearances in seasons 7, 10, and 12 respectively. The Wild Sisters, Gabriel, Satan, and the Virgin Mary are also around there. Any doubts about the show's plots in later seasons are pushed aside by the high quality of the characters who join the Winchesters or fight against them. Let's talk about the fact that all the actors were very attractive. This may seem superficial and shallow, but it's the truth. None of the actors that were employed in the show were unattractive. Jensen Ackles, Jared Padalecki, and Misha Collins are all very attractive people who are also great actors. No matter if you agree or disagree, that is a big part of why a lot of people like the show. To further elaborate, we have actors like Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Genevieve Cortez, Katie Cassidy, Sterling K. Brown, and Alana Tall on the list too. The CW does a great job with its shows because it chooses actors that aren't as well known but have great potential. There are a lot of TV shows that have trouble replacing old cast members with new ones because the new faces are never as good as the old ones. Supernatural never had that problem. But the story would have been so different if Sam Dean or Castiel had left. If they hadn't been able to come up with great new characters out of thin air, the show might have ended well before season 15. What's more, it had an amazing soundtrack. Any good television show requires a soundtrack that not only complements the show's atmosphere, but also evokes a sense of melancholy in its viewers. The song Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas became widely known as the unofficial theme song for the television series, since it was featured frequently in the season finale episodes. If you're a fan, you would know that nothing gets you more riled up and scared at the same time than hearing this song, because you know that one of your favorite characters is going to have to go through something horrible. The lyrics, which include multiple references to heaven and hell, are an excellent fit with the overall subject of the play. It's possible that the show's score is the second best feature of it, but it's definitely up there. Due to the fact that Jensen Ackles is a genuine fan of rock, the entire season is full of fantastic classic rock songs. The show and its titular brothers are brought to life through a music in a way that is absolutely authentic. There are certain songs like Highway to Hell that became ingrained in your mind because, in some way, they're representative of the show. After attending this show, even if you aren't a fan of rock music, we can almost guarantee that you'll become one. Also, let's not forget Dean's performance on The Eye of the Tiger in the 6th episode of the 4th season called Yellow Fever. Lastly, the clever use of mythology. In the series, the mythological creatures that are featured are often unique and interesting, from hosts of heaven to the bloodsuckers of hell to really annoying fairies. Strange things happen on the show, which is a big part of its appeal. The show features the Leviathan, the Four Horsemen, the Reapers, and a lot of other things from mythology. The Winchester brothers have dealt with powerful gods too. The brothers have probably killed everything, including vampires, werewolves, ghosts, monsters, devils, and angels. But when they ran into some of these powerful beings, they did have some trouble. That's a wrap for this video, my friends. Do you want to know more about the Supernatural series or its fandom? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.